we got a lot to talk about. We're not carrying that in 2026, I promise you. Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Suelani and I'm so happy you are here. I've been literally gone for a minute, a year to be exact. Damn! I've made a lot of progress in my career. I grew in different aspects like mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it, spiritually, all that fun stuff. It has been a teacher. Truly learned a lot from 2025 and I am mostly grateful for everything that happened throughout 2025. I started new projects, built a lot of healthy habits and grew in my businesses, but I've also been juggling school and work at the same time. So you can only imagine how busy and hectic this year was for me. But once again, very grateful, and yeah, let's get straight into these lessons because they're a lot. Starting at number 1, let the ship sink. This lesson actually reminded me how much I care for my bonds and my people or my relationships and things like that, because I am already very selective with the people I let in my life. It's actually very important and beautiful that you care on a deeper level to actually want to fix things or work through things, but not everybody is the same. Not everybody is going to see your worth, and that doesn't mean that you're not valuable. Do your part. Do everything that is in your power to show that you care and that you are willing to work things out, whatever it may be. But as soon as you start to feel like things are not going the way that they're supposed to, it starts to feel one-sided, just let the ship sink. It is very important that we prioritize not only healthy relationship with others, but also healthy relationship with ourselves. When it gets to the point that you're constantly negotiating your needs or even questioning your own needs and overdoing your part, to the left. We're not carrying that in 2026, I promise you. The next thing I have on the list actually goes hand in hand with number 1. Love on those who love on you. Put that energy and put that love and put that caring and everything else, that support, into the relationships that actually reciprocate that. Okay, so love on those who love on you, and truly value the people that you have around you, because a lot of times we take it for granted. And there was like a quote or a video, I can't say it exactly like it was, but it's like when you're standing in front of something, you can't truly see it or acknowledge it properly unless it's like further or it's taken away from you, and that's when you realize like, oh, that is what I had. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that it doesn't get to that point where you have to see something go or something from afar to actually learn to value it. The next thing I learned, stay genuine even when you feel like you have to prove a point, because most of the times it's not worth it. There was an incident that happened this year that really made me reflect on how I react to certain things. But being the good person and the person that expects reciprocity, I mean, it's normal to expect reciprocation from a person or a certain type of standard. But what I wanted to do, or the first thing that came to my mind, is I need to prove a point. People are going to learn their lesson, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the teacher. With me wanting to prove my point, it came out a bit vengeful. Stay genuine no matter what, and let people learn their own lessons. Like, child, people know exactly what they're doing, and you don't have to prove a point. Leave people be the good person, the kind-hearted person that you are, and let people learn their own lessons. Okay, don't get involved in that or take matters into your own hands or try to prove a point. Again, most of the time it's not worth it. The next would be have grace with people, but also discern when it's BS. That speaks for itself. People know exactly what they're doing, and when your gut speaks to you, you just need to listen. Your gut speaks to you when your body is showing you different signs. You just know. Sometimes you feel it, but you don't want to accept it. So have grace with people, but also know or learn to discern when it's BS, okay? And ask God. Ask God, because God always has the right answer. And sometimes he's just one prayer away. God, show me what this is, or remove it if it's not. And then boom, you good. You good. The next is to communicate your needs. Some people are willing to give you what you want and more. Life can actually surprise you sometimes. A lot of times we're scared to ask for more, and we need to start operating in an energy of abundance so that we can attract more and more, but also not being afraid to ask for more and take space or own it. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I learned in 2025, and I'm still learning as we are going into 2026. Another very important lesson or fact is that your mindset is everything. Mindset is your muscle, and you just need to set yourself up to win. Set your mind to win. With the right mindset, you can get over or get through anything, and literally any and everything. And I personally also seek strength from above, because a lot of things we can't do it on our own as much as we would want to. But it's by the grace of God that we are, first of all, alive, and that we are able to experience things and go through things. So yeah, ask, don't assume. It is possible that we misread someone's comment or action or anything in general. So instead of assuming, just ask the person. Be open to hearing the other person's side, because a lot of times things are misunderstood, and misunderstanding leads to bigger problems that could have been avoided if they were just communicated as soon as it was misunderstood. Get out of your head. Instead of constantly thinking about things, planning things, writing things. Planning and writing things down. I'm a fan, okay? So I'm gonna do that regardless. But don't let it stay in your head. Don't let it stay on paper. Get out of your head and just do it. Put it in action, because you are capable of so much more than you actually know or believe. Be willing to challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone, and reach new heights, because a lot of things are possible if you are just willing to put it into practice and believe in yourself while you are putting it into practice. And as soon as you start practicing things or putting things into action and you see them work, it's actually gonna boost your your self-trust. You're gonna trust yourself more, that you are able to actually do more things that seem difficult or hard to do. I say at least try one uncomfortable thing to do every month, or one thing that challenges you or makes you step out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's talking to a random person in public, or doing a kind gesture for a stranger. Anything. It depends on what you are actually struggling with to get out of your head. Maybe it's socially, maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in your relationships. Find out what's the thing that you want to grow the most in, and challenge yourself. Get out of your head. A lot of times it's I should have done that, or I should have said this. So get out of your head and just do it. And that's one thing that I'm going to be practicing a lot in 2026. If you have to, if you must, take it one day at a time, because there are periods in our life. This is actually a lesson or something a very close friend of mine told me. She was like, girl, if you have to, disappear. If you have to, take it one day at a time. When you are a high performer and you are constantly doing, and you have a season that maybe something happens and it slows you down, it actually makes you feel worse, because you're now I'm unproductive too, or now I'm not doing what I normally do or what I usually do. It was a really nice reminder to take it one day at a time if you have to. Seasons change, things change, and they change for the better too. If you are down, the only way is up. Remember that always. Things will always get better. And when you're going through a difficult time, this too shall pass. I know that it's very difficult and very hard when you're in it. But again, it's all about your mindset. So whenever I'm going through things, it's me challenging myself to look at the positive side, or find one thing that you can maybe not be happy about the situation, but something that is I got this that I can hold on to, or I learned this from the situation. Doesn't matter what you're going through, but things will always get better, and it's very important that you remember that and that you believe that while you're going through it. Another one is don't make impulsive decisions, and that was very key for me in 2025, learning to pause, think, don't respond too quickly, or don't take actions too quickly. Think about it a little bit more than you normally would. Interact more with people. Be more social, be more present, compliment people more often, talk to the person in the elevator, or say hi to someone that you normally don't say hi to. It could be anything. Be present, be intentional, and be more social. We live in a very digital world where social interactions, in-person interactions, is truly being underrated. 10, 15, 20 years from now, it's gonna feel like different, you know, when it actually should be the standard. And I see it on a daily basis. Like, out of 10 people, 2 or 3 out of the 10 are gonna say hi, or are gonna say like good morning or good afternoon. Another one is that it's okay for timelines to shift. When things happen differently than you expected or what you planned, just trust that perhaps it's not the right timing, and everything that is happening behind the scenes is actually working in your favor. Sometimes we just can't control everything, and especially if you did all that you can do, it's okay for timelines to shift. When the time does come, it will be right. The next one will be speak up for yourself, and that is also self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna get too much into that, but it really shows that you love yourself and you're willing to go the extra mile even when it's uncomfortable. Go the extra mile to set your boundaries and communicate your boundaries with people. That truly shows that you love and you respect yourself. And if you love and respect yourself and people can see that, they're also gonna respect you as a person. Be on top of your game. Grow. Get more information. Invest in your education. Invest in courses or different things, programs that can make you grow, that will expand your way of thinking, that expands your vocabulary, build your skills, whatever it may be on top of your game. Choose the one thing that you're willing to focus on for maybe a few months and just lock in with that and enjoy the growth. Ask for help. I don't know if I said this in the 24 lessons I learned in 2024, but this year once again reminded me that it's okay to ask for help and you don't have to do everything by yourself. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, go together. Be a good person, not a nice person. Nice gets you walked all over. Nice makes you naive. It kind of makes you minimize your own needs and wants and things that make you as a person, just to make somebody else comfortable, and we're not doing that. Be a good person, but still use your brain. Stay hydrated. Can we get a moment of silence for that? Prioritize your health. This was the year that I was the most consistent with working out, so we made some progress, y'all. Clock it. Listen to your body and what it needs. Like, sometimes you need a break, sometimes you need a day in bed, sometimes you need a day at the beach, sometimes you need to put on your favorite music and just dance. It doesn't matter what it is, but listen to your body and what it truly needs in that moment and give yourself that, because your body knows best. Please do not ignore it, because it will definitely cost you in the long run. Listen to your intuition. A lot of times we be knowing before we be knowing, and I think that I said this in the last video as well. Like, it's obviously ideal to not have repeated lessons, but sometimes as people, we tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and just to see how things actually play out and what people are capable of. Sometimes it's very interesting to see, to be honest. Finding out the audacity. If you listen to your intuition, you will probably avoid a lot of what comes next, even though some of those lessons are very important. But if you truly know that in your gut it just feels wrong and your anxiety is all over the place every single time, or like sometimes our body just be screaming and we just be ignoring it, like, it's like, girl, here's the sign. We're gonna skip that sign right there and we're just gonna look at everything else and justify the action that we are taking, which is to give the person the benefit of the doubt. Seek God. If you're a believer like me and perhaps you've been very distant or avoiding a relationship with God, I definitely recommend you work on that. And it starts with the little things. It truly starts with the little things, because a lot of times we get overwhelmed when we think about all the things that we need to do to get closer to God, or, oh, I have to stop doing this and this and this. When you think about all the things that you have to stop doing, it becomes overwhelming and it starts to seem less attractive in a way. But if you just do your part, seeking Him on a daily basis, talking to God, worshiping God, and just dedicating time, or like setting time apart daily to talk to Him, intentionally talk to Him, and being in His Word, is going to make a difference in your life. And the changes that need to happen in your life are going to happen automatically. Put the only person that can change everything about us and around us in charge of that. Not lean on your own understanding or your own strength. He is the source of everything beautiful, everything great, and everything that is worth having. I'm literally filming this at 11 p.m. but I said I was gonna do it, so here we are. People do a lot of this until they actually have to put in the work. So a lot of people claim to be very healthy and very great communicators and just make a whole lot of false promises or paint a whole nother version of themselves or paint a different image of themselves, when in reality, when things actually get hard or things actually get to the point where they have to practice what they preach, they chicken out and they are not willing to actually do what they said they was going to do, or actually have the certain morals and standards that they so highly promote and stand on. Honesty is the best policy, and you shouldn't even have friendships or relationships that you do not feel comfortable enough to share the truth or be honest with the person. A lot of times we think about lying as like saying something that is not the truth, but lying also includes not saying the truth. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you said something that is not true, but it's also avoiding the truth or not saying the truth. Spend quality time with the ones you love. Life is short, so make sure that every moment with your loved ones count. Keep investing in your dreams, your goals, and everything that you own, and constantly upgrade everything around you. Make sure that you are constantly aiming towards a quality lifestyle. This one is a bonus, but manifestation is absolutely real. Watch your words, protect your mind, always aim high. I literally found notes of like months and months back, even years back, where I wrote down things that I wanted to do, things that I wanted to do as a job. It's actually crazy every time I think about it. I'm not saying all that you gotta do is write it down and it'll happen. That's not what I'm saying. But it was an indicator that I'm on the right path and that I'm constantly, like, consciously or unconsciously putting in the work or taking the steps that are eventually going to lead me to where I want to go. I'm very proud of myself for that, and I want to encourage you as well to have your things written down and really create a plan around it. I made my first vision board for like 2023 and been making vision boards ever since. But this year, the shift is like, I want to create a vision board, but I want to be intentional and I want to actually plan things out, how you're gonna get there, you know? I really want to go the extra mile and tying them down to a timeline. Again, as we said in one of the lessons that I learned in 2025, it's okay for timelines to shift as long as you did everything that you could do for it to still happen, right? I believe the word for the year was like balance. And that's actually funny because I was talking to my mother the other day and I was like, I wanted balance, but a lot of things were added to my life, right? So balance actually looked different for me this year. I did practice balance, listening to my body when I needed breaks and resting. Very therapeutic for me is going to the beach, reading, journaling, all those great things. I did create my own balance and define what balance means for me and my own lifestyle, even if it's not what I had in mind. The word for 2026 is going to be strategy. I feel like 2026 is definitely going to be a life-changing year for me. A lot of big goals that I set, and I believe with the right strategy and of course having the right mindset, believing in myself, but also believing in God, all things will work out the way they're supposed to. 2025 brought a lot of great opportunities and a lot of amazing things happened in 2025. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I feel like it's only up from here once again. 2026 is going to be a very strategic and intentional year. 2025 brought a lot of great opportunities and a lot of growth, a lot of new ideas, new projects, new connections. And I want to thank everyone that made a difference in my life in 2025. Whether it was supporting me, being there for me, cheering me on, or simply just teaching me a lesson. With that being said, I literally wish all the best for you in 2026. All the growth, all the success, all the beautiful things that life has to offer, and that you truly go after what you want in 2026. Once again, be more clear, be more intentional, be more strategic with your goals, and truly believe that you are capable to reach them as well. Keep loving on yourself and keep building healthy and beautiful relationships with the ones around you. That is all for this video. I hope to see you guys very, very soon.